is a tale of two cities as Glasgow and Edinburgh's finest prepare to do battle. Last year, Hearts did the double over the Old Firm. But now Celtic and Rangers want revenge as they bid to stop Hearts lifting the Scottish Masters trophy for the second year in a row. Now, in their day, they were some of the biggest names in the Scottish game, and they're all here at Braehead tonight. There's Dave McPherson, once at Rangers and Hearts. More recently had a spell in Australia. He's here tonight. So too Darren Jackson, man of many clubs, Newcastle, Dundee United, Celtic. There's John Hughes, more commonly known in these parts as Yogi, once at Falkirk, a Falkirk player again, and Mark Walters, a great Rangers favourite. They're all in town tonight. Yes, it's Braehead Arena in Glasgow. It's the Scottish Masters. Yes, it is. It's the Scottish Masters here in Braehead Arena in Glasgow. It's as noisy as ever. I hope you can hear me at home. The atmosphere is fantastic. Now, 4 teams tonight, all vying for a place in the British Masters final. And they are Rangers, Celtic, Hibs and Hearts, all out tonight to win the Scottish Masters and get themselves, as I say, to the British Masters final. Now, last year, Hearts did that, and they hope to do that again tonight, and their manager then was Alan McLaren, and he's here with us tonight. Alan, can you do it again?
I'm sure we can. The guys are here. We've got everyone bar Mackay back, so yeah, we'll defend the title.
What did it take last year? Because you took it seriously, didn't you?
The boys took it seriously, I never, but no, again, you want to come, you want to enjoy it, and you want to win. Just like everyone, but competition a bit fiercer this year.
Do you plan it out beforehand about tactics, about how you play it? Because it's a tough old game. I mean, you run yourselves into the ground, don't you?
The guys run themselves into the ground. There's no tactics. You just get out there and enjoy it.
You guys love playing, though. I mean, you're managing again tonight, but the lads who are playing, they love playing the game, don't they?
That's why they turn up on a Sunday night. Everyone enjoys playing, so it's just a chance for everyone to get back and enjoy themselves.
And you see your old chums again who you played with, and that means a lot to you, doesn't it, Alan?
Yeah, well, I've got a couple of sides. I've got Hearts and Rangers, and a lot are in there. I've got different clubs. Jackson's got Hibs and Celtic, so yeah, it's a good chance to be up again.
When you got down to the finals of the British Masters, you were carrying the flag for Scotland. Was there a bit of pressure there?
Never carried it well. We got beat off Liverpool in the first game. They were brilliant, so that was that.
Could you sense, though, it was very, very serious business at that stage when you got to the British final?
Oh, the guys take it seriously. There are a lot of people take it maybe a wee bit too serious, but no, we enjoyed it.
So how are you going to do tonight? What chance to Hearts?
5-1, I think we'll have a bit of that.
Alrighty, well, let me tell you who's going to be playing tonight and in what order. These are the fixtures tonight here at Braehead for the Scottish Masters. Okay, first up, it's Celtic against Hibs. That's coming your way in just a couple of minutes. Then it's Rangers against Alan McLaren's Hearts. Then it's Hearts against Celtic. Hibs then play Rangers. And then it's the all Edinburgh one, Hearts against Hibs. And then the old Glasgow derby. You don't need reminding of who's in that one. That is Rangers against Celtic. It's going to be great stuff. It's the Scottish Masters, and they're all vying for a place in the final. So the top 2 play in the final. Now, these are the rules of Masters football. Each team has a maximum squad of 10 players. Only 6 players will be allowed on the pitch at any one time. The matches will be halves of 8 minutes with no extra time. There is no offside. Each team must keep 1 man in the opposing half, or an indirect free kick will be given on the halfway line. It's all encouraged to score goals. Now, these are the odds tonight, and Celtic are the pre-tournament favourites. They're 5-4. Rangers are 7-5. Hearts, Alan McLaren's not happy with this, 5-1, but he'll have some of that. And their Edinburgh neighbours Hibs are 7-1 to win it. Those are the odds. Okay, let's get to it. First up, it's Celtic against Hibs. And let's join Jim Proudfoot and a long-time him, one-time Hearts great, Eamon Bannon.
Thank you, Jim. There's a real mix of vintages in this Celtic squad tonight. It's more than 18 years since either Jim McInally or Danny Cramey played for the club, while Darren Jackson and Tosh McKinley both represented them when they won the league title in 1998. Only 3 of this squad were Scotland internationals. Of Hibernian's top 10 appearance makers of all time, 5 played tonight, including Gordon Ray and Gordon Hunter, who are 2nd and 3rd on that list. 4 of the side played in the Hibs team that won the Skull Cup 10 years ago, while all 10 are making their Masters debuts. Darren Jackson represents Celtic tonight, but he played almost 5 times as many games for Hibs in 5 years at Easter Road. He also played in the SPL last season for St Johnstone. Alan Snedden is another member of Hibernian's all-time top 5 appearance makers. He arrived at Easter Road from Celtic way back in 1981. Celtic have never covered themselves in glory, but Eamon, they're favourites tonight, and this is certainly the best Celtic side that we've seen in Masters football so far.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's probably the youngest side we've seen in the Masters. I'm not so sure they should be favourites, actually, but that's just my opinion before the ball is kicked. Hibs are actually unknown quantities, but a little bird's told me they've been practising like mad every Saturday morning for the last 6 weeks, so perhaps they'll produce something special.
It's Hibernian in the yellow shirt who get the Scottish Masters for 2002 off and running. It is a young Hibernian side, and it has players still playing, and that is what they expect to be the main factor that could bring them glory. Keith Wright's shot saved by Alan McKnight. And here's Jim Dobbin, who was playing for Barnsley in the Yorkshire Masters last summer. Coyne wins the free kick. Both sides just feeling each other out in the early stages. Here's Graham Mitchell for Hibs. Keith Wright, who scored 10 goals in the second division for Cowdenbeath last year, including 4 in one game in a win at Berwick. Now John Hughes, himself a former Celtic player. Eddie May. Celtic able to thwart that move and bring it away. They're looking to break so quickly with Jackson. Now Dobbin. Robin Ray down early when it was a comfortable save for him, Eamon.
It was, yeah. Jim Dobbin never really caught that one very well. Both sides just really sussing each other out, getting their first wind at the moment.
Dobbin again with a shot after good work by Jackson. Now it's Hibernian's chance to get the ball forward quickly. Mitchell. Hughes for Kane. Tommy Coyne withstanding the pull of the shot from John Hughes. Not a particularly auspicious 5 seconds that for Jim Dobbin. Firstly tackled by the invisible man, then firing the ball at his teammate. Here he is again. Jackson, who scored 50 goals in his time at Hibs. And Celtic strike first with Tommy Coyne. They lead 1-0.
Yeah, great strike with Willie Faulkner, actually. Made the goalkeeper throw up a good save, and Tommy Coyne, Poacher's goal, just pokes it into the net. A good start for Celtic.
Tommy Coyne got 150 goals in his time at Celtic. 201 league goals in his career. He strikes first inside the first half of the first half. And here he is again, Tommy Coyne, who also scored 6 international goals in the Green of the Republic of Ireland. A firm challenge by Mitchell to get the ball clear, and Keith Wright is able to wrestle it away. Referee playing the advantage, and Paul Kane ties it up at 1-1.
Yeah, probably the youngest player in the Hibs squad, and a guy who's was playing Premier League football last year. Definitely a bit sprightly, and a well-placed shot into the far corner. Very good goal.
Paul Kane making it 1-1. Like I said, playing the Premier League with St Johnstone last year, and also 5 games at Clyde. Faulkner, another player who was playing last year. Now Joe Miller. Hibs making their Masters debut this year after taking the place of Aberdeen in this event. Aberdeen, who have formerly won one of the area heats. They played a couple of years ago in the tournament in Newcastle in the Northern Masters and won that. Hibernian taking their place this time round. They've made an encouraging start for their many supporters who made the trip from Edinburgh. Jackson and Faulkner managed to get the shot in, and again Robin Ray, the goalkeeper, down early. Let's get some reaction from downstairs, and it's Hibs boss Jimmy O'Rourke who's speaking to Bryn Law.
Jimmy, pleased with the swift comeback there?
Delighted.
Good start by your side.
Well, the lads have been training hard, preparing for it quite a lot, and look, it's a tremendous occasion. I mean, they're all, look at them all, they're like bairns there, look. Great, good. I'm enjoying every minute, it's magic. Yeah.
Just a quick question, Jimmy, your 7-1 shot before it started. Do you fancy this one? You've got a young team.
Yes, but we're no through here to make the numbers up. We're through to win it. Simple as that. But we'll give our best shots.
Thanks very much, Jimmy. We shall see.
1-1 inside the final 2 minutes of the first half, and Joe Miller in possession. Coyne. Looked pleadingly at referee Kevin Lynch. An expectation of a free kick, but didn't find one coming his way. Now Paul Kane, the Hibs goal scorer. Hunter. Nicky Weir. Coyne lets it run for Miller. Hibs getting bodies forward quickly again. A masterful goal will give Gordon Ray the benefit of the doubt.
It's nice to see Big Gordon charging forward. He used to be a centre forward before he became a centre half, and coolly tucks it past the goalkeeper. As I said, the Celtic defence was posted missing a little bit.
Gordon Ray, the captain of Hibernian throughout the 1980s, and Hibs lead against pre-tournament favourites Celtic. Here's Ray again, and he's done well to get himself out of a blind alley to find Weir. John Hughes, played 42 games in his time at Celtic. Hibs, who are ending the first half on top, and they lead by 2-1, probably deservedly so.
Yeah, Hibs have got a better shape to them actually than Celtic. You can see they've been doing a little bit of practice. When they make substitutions, they retain their shape, which is so important, and I think they just deserve to be in the lead.
Well, it was Celtic that took the lead. Robin Ray only parrying his Willie Faulkner shot to Tommy Coyne. Hibs fighting back with Paul Kane equalising almost straight away. And Gordon Ray with more dummies than Mothercat, making it 2-1. The one thing that a lot of sides have found in Masters history, Eamon, is that it takes a bit of getting used to having to make so many substitutions. Hibs seem to have got the knack of that straight away.
Yeah, they tend to be the strongest team, and then obviously as they make the substitutions, the older players come on, and perhaps the ones that can't run about the most. And it is a very important part if you want to succeed. And to be fair to Hibs, as I said earlier, they definitely keep their shape well.
Well, Celtic have an injury worry. Alan McKnight, their goalkeeper, has already picked up a knee injury. And with no other goalkeepers in the squad, this does present a real problem for them. And there aren't too many volunteers, it seems, for Alan McKnight's black jersey. It is going to be Darren Jackson who will take over the goalkeeping duties.
Yeah, Darren Jackson, when I was at Hibs, Darren used to play in goals quite a lot. He likes playing goals, he's quite good too. And I don't really think this will overly affect Celtic, because Darren can actually use the ball from the back and almost become a centre half. I think they might do it that way and let him pass the ball.
So Darren Jackson, member of Celtic's championship winning side 4 seasons ago, and a member of the Hibernian side in the early to mid-90s, now in goal against his former club, who lead by 2-1. Miller trying to use the boards. Hibs able to bring it away, and it's firm stuff from John Hughes. Now Weir. Look for Snedden. Almost had the job done for him. Willie McStay. Well, a real worry as far as Celtic are concerned, of course, with Alan McKnight going off. Let's get the details on that injury from Celtic boss Paul McStay is with Brim.
Well, Paul, not a great start, all in all. You've lost your keeper as well now.
Yeah, not too good, but it seems that he's done something at his knee. He just felt something popping there, so hopefully he's okay long term, but short term we're struggling, yeah. So Darren's away in goals, and hopefully he does a job for us, but that's just one of these things, yeah.
Did Darren volunteer, or was he volunteered?
Volunteered him, yeah. But I think we'll all take a wee shot about. I volunteered my services, but I wasn't allowed to step in goals, so it leaves a wee man short out there as well, but we'll have to cope with it. I'm sure the guys will.
Do you still take something from this game?
Of course we can, yeah. A lot of good quality out there, a lot of young guys running about, plenty of energy, so hopefully we can get another goal anyway, pull it back.
Thanks, Paul. We shall see.
Free kick to Hibs for the foul on former Celtic man Alan Snedden. And here's Weir. This event has never been particularly kind to Celtic. They beat Aberdeen last year and then led in 6 to both Rangers and Hearts. And Rangers found in this event last year, to their cost, when you're a player or two down because of injury, it just makes the whole job so much more difficult.
It does. I mean, Celtic they've lost one of their main strikers, which is a vital part. Darren Jackson's in goals, he's not at the other end scoring goals. I know that if, say, for Hearts, for example, we're playing, we've got an abundance of strikers. That'd be a major loss for us. So it's difficult, yeah. It spreads the load over fewer players.
Here's Danny Craney. Miller. Willie McStay, Paul McStay's brother. Hibs can clear their lines again, and Weir was waiting for the ball forward. Snedden's in support, and Jackson makes his first save of the night. Jim Dobbin. Celtic just delaying the substitution so that William McStay could keep the passing move going for Celtic, which then ends after a stray ball from Miller. No sign of a Celtic comeback so far. Here's Weir. Kane. And Mitchell. John Hughes found space and cleverly dived it across the area. Jackson caught in no man's land, but not punished by Hughes.
That was a clash of shoulders there, and Darren Jackson definitely came off worst. Yogi Hughes, big strong lad.
Still playing, of course, John Hughes. He left there on a free transfer to return to Falkirk for next season. Career which has also taken in Berwick and Swansea, as well as, of course, of both of these sides. Falconer. Hibs trying to stretch Celtic at the back. Jackson again, starting to come outside his area. Tosh McKinley. Free kick goes Hibernian's way. They're less than 3 minutes now for Celtic.
Yeah, Hibs are actually playing a nice strong unit at the back. They've always got a centre half in position, playing sort of counter-attacking football almost, and Celtic are really struggling to break them down this way.
Mitchell. Good communication that time, and just opposite number 8, Tosh McKinley can bring it away. McKinley, who was playing in the last World Cup back in 1998. No way through for Craney. There's Graham Mitchell. Gordon Ray in support for Keith Wright. Here is the man whose goal separates the sides at the moment. Back to Mitchell. Jackson comes personified at the back. Hasn't conceded a goal in his cameo appearance between the posts so far. Still, he's Celtic on the losing side at the moment. Keith Wright. Hunter. Foot raised against Danny Craney.
Yeah, rather obvious foul there. Celtic really need to get the ball, get more possession. Hibs are actually keeping the ball off them and the clock's ticking away.
No doubt Gordon Ray's enjoying it. Almost 350 league games Gordon Ray played for Hibs. Jackson again a long way off his line. Had to make the challenge, but did so. Can Celtic snatch a late point? Falconer back defending this time. Dobbin. Still no way through. Jackson not quite lobbed with the last kick of the game, but it's victory for the new boys. Hibernian beating pre-tournament favourite Celtic. And Gordon Ray, that's the unlikely match winner.
Yeah, I think Hibs deserved to win it. A bit tactical, certainly got in the lead and then defended the lead. Celtic playing more off the cuff football, but just unable to break them down. So yeah, a good start for Hibs, and as I predicted at the beginning, they're looking well organised and in a good outfit.
A defeat for Celtic, and they've lost their goalkeeper. The full-time score, Celtic 1, Hibs 2.
So that is it. We're off and running. We're here at the Scottish Masters at the Braehead Arena, and it's a great start for the Hibs because they have beaten Celtic by 2-1, but there's a long, long way to go tonight. Now, next up, it's Rangers, who have the mercurial Alan McCoist in their ranks against last year's Scottish Masters winners, Hearts. That's coming next. Welcome back to the Braehead Arena here in Glasgow. It's the Scottish Masters, Rangers, Celtic, Hearts and Hibs, all vying for a place in the British final tonight. Let me tell you about our competition here tonight at Braehead. Great prizes, I'll tell you about that in a minute. This is the question: which team won the 2001 Scottish Masters? And if you're watching at the top of the show, I told you. Was it A, Celtic, B, Rangers, or C, Hearts? That's the number to call: 09015 600 60 40 85. My eyesight's going. 09015 60 40 85. And the prize is there: £500 worth of Stan James vouchers, a signed shirt from tonight's winning team, and 2 tickets to the final. So that's well worth winning. Okay, Hibs got us off to a great start here tonight at Braehead. They beat Celtic by 2-1. Next up, it's Rangers against Hearts. Let's rejoin Jim Proudfoot, and this time alongside him, man of many talents. He was outfield 1 minute, he was in goal the next, Darren Jackson.
Thank you, Jim. Well, there are 8 internationals in this Rangers side, boasting a combined total of 277 caps. Well, they won nearly 40 league titles between them in their time at Ibrox. 3 of this side also played for Hearts: Wishart, McPherson and Ferguson. Why change a winning formula? Hearts make only 2 alterations to the side that won all 4 games at the Scottish Masters last summer, with Rab McKinnon replacing the holidaying Gary Mackay, while Alan Lawrence, who missed this event but who did play in the British Masters final, also comes in. Ali McCoy's 355 goals for Rangers, making the top all-time record goal scorer for the club. He's also the highest scorer in the history of the SPL and the top Scottish League striker since the war. One of his teammates at Rangers was Alan McLaren, whose career was prematurely ended by injury a couple of years after he signed from Hearts, who of course is a Hearts boss tonight. Rangers and Hearts preparing to make their debuts for 2002. While they do so, Darren, I've got some good news for you. Alan McKnight is going to go back in goal for Celtic for the next game. You've been reprieved.
Oh, I'm delighted about that. I've enjoyed it. Somebody had to go in and nobody was putting their hand up, so we're running out of time, so I volunteered.
Hearts, many people's dark horses for this event. Against Rangers, how will the defending champions do? Hearts won all 4 games in the Masters last year before losing to Liverpool in the first match of the British Masters final, and they are highly confident that they will be able to successfully defend the trophy that they won here 12 months ago. Here's Davy Bowman. Slight misunderstanding at the back. Rangers get it away. Alan Lawrence.
Alan Moore and Alan Lawrence very, very nippy, so they'll be good at this. But Richard Gough will be right up Nipper's backside.
Richard Gough making his Masters debut tonight. And here he is.
I think Richard Gough came to be referee. He was used to that.
Now Fritz. Rangers launch their first attack. Henry Smith wrong-footed, and Rangers lead.
Yeah, we'll be disappointed about that, but I don't know how Robert Fritz is, but it was a good finish. Yeah. Oh, Henry will be disappointed. He thought he was going to go across him.
Robert Fritz, 41 years of age these days. He did play into his 40s for Hamilton. Rangers hoping to avenge a 5-2 defeat to Hearts in the group stages last year. They played them again in the final when they went one better. They lost 5-3. We're down to 7 men by the time that final game came round. Fritz in the thick of the action again. Now Walters, scorer of one of the best goals in Masters history.
Oh,
and it was a little bit like that.
Lucky. You know, Mark's always got that in his locker.
Hamish McAlpine was the player that he successfully lobbed from much, much deeper than that in the game against Dundee United a couple of years ago.
I think I might have played in that game, but I don't know if it was Hamish McAlpine. That's what we want, a few tackles going in.
Not the hardest decision that the officials are going to have to make this evening. Ferguson left Ibrox 4 Hearts in grey. league games in the Edinburgh side. Now Richard Goff getting forward for the first time. A little bit worryingly, perhaps, for Hearts. Now the Hateley Norma points that made them
that is worrying, and I think once you get a goal up and you've got players like this with that ability, they start knocking it about, it's hard to get near them. And as you say, Hateley and McCoist have still to come.
Fritz, Walters. Dave Bowman, who was suspended for nearly 6 months this last season after being sent off again and again and again at Stranraer.
Yeah, I think it was 5 times, 17-game ban.
Just the 17. Finds Sandy Stewart, who finds Richard Goff's leg. Free to Hearts.
Yeah, looking at the Hearts team, there's a few players into management now, but they're still young and still look to want to get involved in it.
Bowman. Pressure by Ferguson. Henry Smith. It's a more successful attempt at saving that one. Here's McCoy for the first time in his introduction to the Masters for this year is to give away a free kick.
And Blackie was trying to get round him there.
Fritz. McCoist.
Oh.
Not what you would have expected of it.
No, I'll be disappointed with that, but I'm sure he'll be wanting to make up for it.
McPherson. McCoist again. To shoot from anywhere.
Yes, you know when it's going to come back off the board. There's every chance somebody could follow up, or it could hit the keeper and go in. So you may as well have a bash.
So far so good for Rangers. I would imagine Gordon Smith is a pretty happy man so far. He's downstairs with Brim.
Gordon, good start for your side.
Doing all right just now, yeah. It was a good start to the game, getting that goal early from Robert Fritz, so we're happy with that because we know that Hearts beat us twice last year and we're a strong side and almost got the same team this year, so we're happy to be leading at this stage.
It is an all-star lineup, yours, isn't it?
Oh, we've got plenty of class in the team. I mean, I wish I had this old-star lineup, they're saying there, but I wish I had this lineup at any stage when they were all at their peak, these boys, because they're all top-class professionals.
You could do with a start with a win.
You want to start with a win. It's very important you win your first game. Absolutely right.
Cheers, Gordon.
Yellow card, the first of the evening, shown to Alan Moore.
Yeah, I was little and labs there.
He hasn't got the message. He's got to leave the field for 2 minutes, Alan Moore. Sit in the sin bin.
I never knew that rule. I better keep my mouth shut.
Fritz. McCoist. The yellow card is shown. The team is, of course, allowed to replace the player concerned. The punishment is only 2 minutes. Red cards, which have been shown on occasion throughout this summer's tournament, invariably mean the end of that side's hopes. Here's Sandy Stewart.
That's what we're hoping to try and get a goal before half-time. Oh, good strike.
The shot was from Kenny Black. It was Alan Lawrence who was close to the line, who almost managed to divert it goal bound.
That was Kenny Black's trademark.
Andy Dibble. McCoy's using the boards well, but
unlucky. Very clever.
Haven't seen much of that so far.
No.
Foster. Dibble out very early. Andy Dibble, who played his last ever game for Rangers. His last ever, he only played 7 for them. His last one was against Hearts, and they lost that one by 3 goals to 1. Here's Goff, now Pritz, goal scorer. Trevor Stephen made a good run forward, but wasn't found. Still time just about for Hearts to get the shot in before McPherson came in to intercept, and Rangers lead.
Good defending there. He was caught in 2 minds where to go, but he just went to the ball and good defending for the big slum.
Gordon Smith much the happier of the 2 managers because of the goal from that man, Robert Pritz. Henry Smith wrong-footed at his near post.
Yeah, Henry's still playing. 46. Played with him last year at Clydebank, and he'll be very disappointed. But he's still got another half.
Yeah, he turned 46 back in March, but despite that, he played 31 games this last season. Yeah, extraordinary.
It was unbelievable, honestly. His consistency was incredible, and his enthusiasm. I mean, he's a taxi driver, and he used to be out on a Friday night taxiing and then come to the game on the Saturday. Honestly, it was absolutely brilliant.
All that after playing more than 600 games for Hearts. 14 years at Tynecastle. At present, the season at Hearts were 8 minutes away from winning the championship back in 1986.
There we go, that's the famous strike force on now.
Mark Haitley on for the start of this second half. McCoist's goal hanging at the moment, and Haitley in more defensive duties. Wearing 9. Here's Alan Lawrence. Free kick to Hearts for the foul on Foster.
I think we would have liked Kenny Black on for this.
Meantime, worries for Rangers and an injury to Mark Walters. Walters just having to get out the second player who picked up a knock so far. Here's Haitley.
Bonus strike force. People have seen that many times before, and it was a good finish.
122 goals for Rangers. They've been much better than a goal every other game for Mark Haitley. And they lose by 2 goals to 0.
Hearts have to get in the back into the game very quick, because they're going to have to push forward, and McCoist will just stay up there and cause problems.
Goff has found him. Now Trevor Stephen. Fraser Wishart, who played 9 games for Rangers and 9 games for Hearts. Foster. Bannon. Here's a chance. It's a great goal. Still might be a good goal. Not quite for Foster, and Dibble recovers well. No penalty.
Yeah, I think he might have failed on there. That was hard for the FTC.
Bannon. Dibble saved again.
See, here we go. Counter-attack. Once you're 2-0 up, you can afford to do that.
A lot of space for McCoist, but Haitley couldn't find him because of the back tracking from Bannon. Paul Cherry. Foster.
Oh, good strike.
Off with a back header after the shot from Alan Lawrence. Lawrence, who played against Rangers in the Scottish Cup final for Airdrie 10 years ago. 10 years can be a long time if you're an Airdrie fan.
Yes, it is.
Hasn't been a good 10 years. Haitley. Stephen from McCoist.
Yeah, Rangers are looking quite comfortable just now. They're knocking it about. They've got experience, obviously. I'm saying they've got experience. Experience of the Masters.
Here's Pritz. Haitley. Trevor Stephen, incidentally, they have. That's great play by Haitley. Stephen is in support. He's played in 6 previous Masters events.
Yes.
I don't think anyone can match that.
No.
Here he is now, Trevor Stephen. And there's everything there is to know about this discipline. Wishart.
Still looking keen and very fit as well, Trevor.
Haitley. Stephen.
Good strike. Good save.
Rangers in control at the moment.
Yeah, Hearts just need to push forward and commit everybody now. There's a chance.
Dibble was committed, but the ball beat the post. Here's Lawrence.
But had a chance to out first time there. Good save.
Showed in the British Masters final last year, Alan Lawrence, a great tendency to shoot whenever he got the ball, and had a very good night for Hearts that day. They lost to eventual winners Liverpool. They beat Leeds in the group stages of the British Masters final. The ladies from the Celtic dressing room, incidentally, not so good. And maybe Alan McKnight won't be able to take part after all, as Haitley looks for 3-0.
I don't know if that's good news or bad news for me.
I think it might be bad news for you, Darren.
At least I've got a game.
So Darren's emergency goalkeeping could be called upon again, with Alan McKnight possibly unable to continue for the rest of the tournament. Keep you updated on that, of course. Celtic losing their first game. Rangers about to win theirs, it seems. Here's Alan Lawrence. Kenny Black.
He may as well have a strike.
And what a strike it was!
Great finish. At this stage, he just has to do anything. That's him right back in it.
Hearts halving the deficit with a former Rangers player. 3.5 years at Ibrox, Kenny Black. Many more at Hearts.
Yeah, great finish.
Well, can Hearts get back into it from here? Paul Cherry will tell Brim.
Well, Paul, you've got a goal back. Can you get another?
I'd like to think so, but look, it's going to be difficult. Rangers are a quality side, but you never know, things can change in a matter of seconds in this game.
You stuffed them twice last season. What's the difference this time round?
I don't know, it's early days. It's important to get off to a good start, but obviously we're struggling just now. But look, it's another couple of games, so we'll see what happens.
Free kick to Rangers.
Yeah, Rangers just killing the game.
Goff waits for McCoy's run. He's done well. That's a brilliant goal from McCoy, and a goal which surely gives Rangers a victory.
Yeah, I told you, you have to keep watching him. He's just made up for his miss in the first half. Very strong. David Bowman is holding the shirt off his back there as well.
Mark McCoy scored 250 league games in 418 matches. Those 250 league goals won so much for Rangers, and that a mark of the man.
Incredible record.
Into the last minute of this match, Rangers 3, Hearts 1.
Fritz for McCoist.
Richard will be happy about that.
Gordon Smith knows his side within 30 seconds of their first victory. Sandy Stewart. Bowman. Hearts getting everybody forward. And McCoy has got that half of the pitch to himself at the moment. If the Rangers can get the ball out, here's Bowman.
May as well. That's it.
Last summer, Hearts beat Rangers twice in the Scottish Masters, but not this year. Rangers 3-1 winners. And Hearts, the defending champions, already in trouble.
Yeah, they look very good, Rangers, very comfortable. Richard at the back, very composed and keeps them solid, and then the two up front, they're always going to score goals. It doesn't matter what they're playing on.
Rangers were champions 2 years ago. They got off to the perfect start. They've beaten Hearts by 3-1.
So Rangers off to a good start, and they have beaten Hearts by 3-1. and they top the table. Rangers on 3 points, so too Hibs. Hibs, of course, off to a winning start too. They beat Celtic by 2-1. So Rangers and Hibs off to good starts here at Braehead tonight. Now, next up, the two teams who have so far lost here at Braehead. Hearts against Celtic. That's coming next from the Scottish Masters. Welcome back to Braehead here in Glasgow. It's the Scottish Masters, and these young ladies have been keeping us well entertained during the short break there. The Scotland Skylights, apparently. Very, very good, they thought. So next up it's Hearts, and they support the Hearts against Celtic. Now, of course, both of these sides need to win here. Last year, when these two met, well, the corresponding fixture, the result was 6-0 to Hearts. Celtic don't want a repeat of that, do they? Let's join Jim Proudfoot. Alongside him is Rangers manager tonight, Gordon Smith.
Well, it was fitness that helped Hearts to glory in the event last summer. Only Henry Smith is in his 40s, and 6 of them were still playing league football last season. 4 of the 10 incidentally born in England, including Dave Bowman, who played 100 times for Hearts by the time he was 18. The goalkeeper Alan McKnight's injury rules him out of Celtic's second game. This time it's Jim McInally who takes the gloves for this match. All told, Celtic have made 4 changes to their Masters squad as they still look for their elusive first tournament victory. In have come Joe Miller, Willie Faulkner and Darren Jackson, all of whom were still playing last season, and Jim Dobbin. Dobbin played for Barnsley in the Masters last summer, while Faulkner represented his hometown club Aberdeen. Henry Smith was among those still playing last year, despite turning 46 in March. He played more than 600 games for Hearts, including 48 against Celtic. Tommy Coyne had a great record in Celtic against Hearts clashes. He scored 7 goals in 12 matches against the Jambos, a record balanced by the fact he only ever scored 1 goal against Rangers. But with both sides having lost their opening game, they know that whoever loses this is all but mathematically out of the tournament. And the job's all the harder for Hearts, of course, Gordon, in that they've just played.
It is hard. Going straight back out there is tough, and one or two of our boys were certainly looking tired. They put a lot into that first game, as you normally do.
That was a back pass. Jim McInally not in a position to be able to pick that up, of course. His first touch as a goalkeeper for Celtic is one that's given away an indirect free kick.
Yeah, some of these boys must have played in the era when they weren't allowed to do that and forgotten about the change of rule. But certainly put his team in problems, because he's going to have to defend now a free kick very close in.
I'm sure it was just the natural thing for McInally to do, as much as any goalkeeping discipline is going to come naturally to him tonight. Not too far away, that free kick. And it's 1-0. Wayne Foster gives Hearts the lead as the Celtic players dived in front of the ball. Foster calmly put it in.
Yeah, it was so close in, it's difficult for Jim McInally. His first touch was taking that pass back, but it's been costly for him. It's significant. There are a lot of players in both these sides who, haven't finished playing long, and some still playing. And I think that makes a big difference, certainly over the course of playing 3 or 4 matches.
Bannon. Forward from Cherry. It's Foster. Hearts with that early goal. Trying to double the lead, and Bannon wasn't far away from it.
I think they'll be taking the opportunity to shoot because Jim McInally is not a natural goalkeeper. One of the problems about having a squad and just having one keeper, if you lose him, as Celtic have done with Alan McKnight, unfortunately so early for them, that they're having to make do with outfield players, and it's never the same.
McKinley. That's getting it back to Henry Smith. Tosh McKinley again, who is himself a former Hearts man, of course. McKinnon. Bannon. Now Paul Cherry. First game of this summer's tournament, Liverpool lost their opening match to Wolves. They were beaten 4-0. Still went on to win the tournament. Hearts will be hoping to draw from that. Joe Miller coming close to Celtic. Tug of the shirt, it's a free kick to Hearts. Well, Alan McKnight's already out, and Henry Smith is now obviously carrying a back injury. Seems to be a recurrence of a knock that he picked up in the last match. Here's a chance for 2-0, and again it's Wayne Foster.
He took it well there. You know, even a proper goalkeeper might have struggled to save that, because Jim McInally committed himself, but Wayne Foster a bit disguised in the shot there, and just opened out his foot, sent it in the near post, and it looked as if he was going to go across the keeper.
Here's Miller. Now Jim Dobbin. Willie McStay. Play by McKinnon. Representing Hearts for the first time in Masters football this year. Sandy Stewart. Hearts leading by 2-0. Wayne Foster's got them both, which makes him the leading scorer in the tournament so far, as Celtic try and get themselves back into it with Craney. Let's hear from Wayne Foster now, who's with Brynlaw.
Wayne, good start for your team, good start for you.
Good start second game. Unfortunately, we got quite easily beaten the first game. We didn't keep hold of the ball, but we've seemed to have learned from that, and it's all important, the first goal. Managed to score it this time, so hopefully, this will be a good omen for us.
It's pretty much win or bust for both sides in this one, isn't it?
Yeah, I agree with that. Like I say, mate, it's, if you don't lose your first game, it's it's a great result. But unfortunately, we have. So I mean, it's not out of our hands yet. If we beat Hibs, I think we've got a very good chance of going through. And obviously, once we're warmed up, I think we'll give Rangers a better game if we're fortunate enough to get into the final with them.
We shall see. Thanks, Wayne.
Thank you.
Good pass by Darren Jackson, capitalised on by Willie McStay. Celtic needing inspiration, having only scored 1 goal tonight so far. Here's Lawrence. McInally out to commit himself, almost to his cost.
Yeah, instinct defender, out there to make the challenge when normally a keeper would stay, and it always very costly that as he was chipped and something difficult getting the ball out the net, but at least it's the back and behind the net rather than from the front, which I think they've put the game beyond Celtic to go 3-0 down.
Faulkner. Jackson. Jim Dobbin. Craney. Jackson. Celtic trying to probe their way through, not to great success. Craney. Faulkner. It was struck by Willie Faulkner, and he wasn't far away.
Willie Faulkner always pulling one back there for Celtic.
Foul on Jackson, and a little bit of afters as well between him and Dave Bowman.
Yeah, I think there were a bit of kid on there, two guys that like to mix it when they played, no doubt about that. But I think that Celtic's big problem is that the Hearts are sitting in now, and they're going to try and catch them on the break. So if they're trying to sort of work the ball in through moves rather than catching Hearts on the break, and it's difficult to do that when you get that vital lead. It's always a lot easier to hold on to.
Jim Dobbin was the player whose boots were flying then. Now McKinnon. Lawrence. Kenny Black. And Bowman. Bannon. Alan Moore, who was playing for Morton and Queen of the South last year. Celtic with seconds remaining in the first half to try and halve the deficit. Craney shot saved by Smith. Jackson, and Dobbin's shot would have counted had it been on target. The deflection took it away, and Wayne Foster's 2 goals given Hearts a healthy advantage.
There's a healthy advantage. Celtic was just mentioned, unfortunately, the fact that the pass back there, Jim McInally, not used to playing in goals, catches it rather than taking his chest and close in. Wayne Foster's just wrapped it in the net. Difficult to defend those situations. His second goal was a very good goal, though. Just opened out his body and so almost sliced it in, but he knew exactly what he was doing there, and it's put Hearts in an important position, put them in that lead. 2-goal cushion could be vital at this stage, because Celtic are having to go throw a caution to the wind a little bit and try and get back in the game.
Well, Jim McInally's had enough. He'd seen it all, European finals in his days with Dundee United, but there was no way he was going to be in goal for the second half. As Celtic changing things around again.
4th goalkeeper so far in the tournament.
Not bad after 24 minutes, is it?
Probably Almond Knight injured was probably a better bet than the guys have had in since, but it is tough for them. I mean, it's I know how we would feel if we lost Andy Dibble at this stage. It would really put us up against the wall.
And Tosh McKinley played more than 200 league games for Hearts in 5 years at Tynecastle, and he takes over the gloves and black jersey for the second half against his former club, who lead by 2-0. Here's Bannon. Lawrence and Paul Cherry. That's the 5th goalkeeper of the night. Darren Jackson has still got the black jersey on. That would have been a good save, but he's off. Penalty, and Celtic will play the remaining 7.5 minutes of this game without a recognised goalkeeper and the man light. It just gets worse and worse for the side, who seemingly can't get their head around Masters football. Here's Kenny Black, 3-0.
You would say that was it now, wouldn't you? You have to write off their chances, going 3-0 down. No recognised keeper, and now a man shot as well. Dan Jackson setting off. They've been better just letting the ball go in the net and keeping their complement of players, but purely instinctive there, putting his hand to the ball.
This will be some comeback for Celtic now. Darren Jackson played for Hearts as recently as April of last year. Sent off against them. Yet another red card, and we've seen a fair few of them in Masters football this summer. Here's Jim McInally. Miller. Overhead kick. Far away from Tommy Coyne, who's very unlucky. Craney. On target.
Yeah. Decent effort, but I'm just listening there. Something I didn't know about the rules was the fact that now they've got a man shot, they don't have to keep a player in the opposition half.
Well, let's hear from Darren Jackson about his moment of madness. He's with Bryn.
Well, Darren, it was a good save, but you take the jersey off.
Yeah, it's just reaction. Disappointed. I didn't realise I'll miss the next game as well, which is, I think, it's a wee bit stupid. But it's hard for us now. We've got 4 players and we've not got a goalkeeper, but we'll just battle away. It's enjoyable, it's great. I'm just disappointed I've came and I've missed the last game.
Everything that could go wrong tonight just about has gone wrong, hasn't it?
We're here to enjoy it. I mean, you would like to win it, don't get me wrong, we're all here to win it, but disappointed. It was just, as I say, reaction, and disappointed to miss the next game.
Better luck next time. Cheers, Darren.
Jim McInally getting the ball clear. Hearts in complete control now. This could be number 4. Far away from Alan Lawrence. And another Hearts player who was involved professionally last year in the 2nd division with Cowdenbeath.
Makes a big difference no matter the level the players playing at. If you're still playing competitive football up to last season, even started a pre-season, most of the ones that are still playing have done a pre-season, so they're a really good level of fitness, and it's tough for the guys that are retired and find it very hard to keep that level of training going.
Lawrence. Much time as he wanted. Amazingly, Hearts can't even walk it into the net. Miss of the summer. He might be the leading goal scorer here so far tonight, Wayne Foster. He is also the most embarrassed man in Scotland at the moment.
Yeah, we won't want to see that one again. I don't know how many talking about that, but can't ignore that one. Oh, that's a nice goal, a nice finish from Kenny Black. As a cross, it's finished up. Tosh McKinley didn't judge it too well. Ended up in the back of them, but it's a bit academic now from Celtic's point of view. They're behind. There's no chance of getting back in this game.
Hearts making it forward with a wonderful strike from Kenny Black, his third of the night. Sublime lob. Hearts leading by 4 goals to 0. Here's Sandy Stewart. It's just going to be a question of how many now for Hearts. Falconer. Now Tommy Coyne. Dobbin. Hearts were the top scorers in the Home Masters event last year with 18 goals in their 4 games in the Scottish Masters. They then stuck 6 past leads in the final as well, 25 goals all told. And they'll fancy their chances of being able to extend their lead past 4 at the moment. They beat Celtic 6-0 last summer here. The repeat is on the cards.
Yeah, they were by far the best team last year. It was no surprise they won it. Really strong squad. As I said, younger than the rest of the squad. This year, Hibs have got a fairly young squad. Celtic have definitely got a younger squad. We've got an older squad, but fortunately for us, it's also very capable and skillful squad. That's the benefit we've got, even although the guys are probably on average a lot older than the other 3 sides.
Here's Wayne Foster giving chase. Still disappointed that the ground didn't open him up, I'm sure. And didn't open up for him even. Willie Falconer, who will be playing for Clyde next year.
2 minutes to go.
Stay shot saved. Henry Smith alive to the possibilities of Eamon Bannon being upfield. Good goalkeeping by McKinley.
80 seconds to go. Looking good for Hearts.
Bannon. Nobody in support for him.
The pace of the game's dropped dramatically now, I think, because Celtic are a man short and tiring. And from Hearts' point of view, they know they've got the game won and they're saving themselves for the third game, which is vital for them to win.
Alan Lawrence. And that is 5. Paul Cherry making it 5 goals to 0. And Celtic humiliated again.
Yeah, he took the ball well there because it was just laid back nice work from by Lawrence, just doing all the spade work to lay in his path.
Bannon just had to wait for the ball to cross the halfway line. Here's Cherry again. Good save by McKinley. Bannon.
In the last 20 seconds, it's Hearts 5, Celtic 0. Any towards the last 10 seconds. See you count it down. 10.
Paul Cherry.
8, 7, 5, 4.
Willie Falconer's shot the last knockings for Celtic, really. Wayne Foster with 2 goals and an extraordinary miss. Paul Cherry among the goals as well. And Hearts comprehensively beating Celtic. It all went wrong. The Jim McInally, the stand-in goalkeeper, picked up that back pass, and from then on it was a steady procession for Hearts.
Yeah, it was. It did go wrong at that part, but it was a very comfortable win for Hearts. you know, our result against them was absolutely tremendous, because I felt Hearts would be favourites again this year, having won it last year. Same squad, almost maybe even improved, but you have to say that you know, we've made it difficult for them by beating them in the first game, and now they know they've got to win their 2 remaining games, but they've gone about it in the right way there with a very comprehensive win.
Last year Hearts beat Celtic 6-0. This year they've only beaten them 5-0.
So some victory there for Hearts. They beat them 6-0 last year, they beat them 5-0 tonight. So Hearts, Rangers and Hibs all have a win under the belt. It's looking very, very gloomy indeed for Celtic. Played 2 and they don't have a point. So next up, well, it's a really juicy one. Hibs, who've already had a win, of course, against Rangers, who played 1 and won 1 themselves. Hibs Rangers coming next from the Scottish Masters. And welcome back to the Braehead Arena here in Glasgow. It's the Scottish Masters and it's great stuff. Let me tell you about Masters football coming your way after tonight. Now, next weekend it's the Southern Masters and then it's the London Masters at Docklands Arena. Now, for ticket information, that is the magic number to call. There it is. It's 08705 121212. 08705 121212, and then in September it's the Masters of Britain final itself, and whoever wins here at Braehead tonight will be in that Masters of Britain's final. Okay, and later on tonight we'll be highlighting the goal of the tournament from Braehead, but I'll have to go a long way to beat the miss of the tournament, and this has been the miss of the tournament so far. Wayne Foster, come on down. What were you thinking about? Only he knows. He never did that when he was a pro with Hearts, did he? No, he didn't. Okay, next up, the Scottish Masters football continues. Behind me here, they're ready to go. It's Hibs against Rangers, and Jim Proudfoot, alongside him is Paul McSay.
Well, revenge is on the agenda for 4 of this Hibs side tonight. Wright, Hunter and Mitchell all played in the side that was beaten by Rangers in the League Cup final in the 93-94 season, while John Hughes lost against them in the League Cup final this last season while he was playing for Ayr United. Only 4 of this 10-strong Rangers squad were actually born in Scotland. 3 of the others are English. Andy Dibble's Welsh, while Robert Pritz and Scotland international Richard Gough were both born in Sweden. Gough, Ferguson and Dibble are all making their Masters debuts tonight. Victory for Rangers in this game, and they are through to the final. Both of these sides in a very strong position after winning their opening games. Andy Dibble called into action straight away. Here's Richard Gough. Now Robert Pritz. Saved by Robin Ray, whose brief Hibs career did actually include a clean sheet against Rangers. Dave McPherson. Derek Ferguson back to McPherson again. McCoist, score of the goal of the night so far. Well, I have to ask you, where did it all go wrong for Celtic, apart from the goalkeeping department?
I think as soon as we turned up the night it went wrong, but yeah, that was a big blow, Alan, getting injured early doors, but we'll just have to make do with the players we've got just now.
Dave McPherson played for Hearts, played for Rangers, but actually scored a goal for Hibernian in a cup final, an own goal in the 1994 League Cup final, but nevertheless, Rangers won that day by 2-1. Now McCoist. Pritz. Still managed to get the ball to Derek Ferguson. Here's McCoist again.
Just Rangers are controlling the game just now, Jim. Keeping the ball well.
And they win a free kick. Challenged by Yogi Hughes. Gough. McCoist. Pritz. More pressure on Hibs really in this game. Rangers know that they draw their next 2 matches, they will definitely be in the final. Robert Pritz giving away a free kick though, and here's a chance for Hibs.
Yeah, it was a good break by John Hughes there, showing his talent going forward. And I'm sure if Robert didn't take him out there, he was on to having a good shot at goal.
There's the Rangers put in. McPherson, McCoist. Paul Kane. Now Mitchell. Hibs have had the benefit of the longer rest of these two sides. Now McCoist. What a goal again. Doesn't score tapping, Danny McCoist.
That was a great move there. Great play by Rangers, and Ali just in the right position at the right time again. That's Ali spotted, just been there, 6-yard line, put the ball away. Great finish.
And Rangers have the lead. And again, will put them through if they can win it. Eddie May. Now Keith Wright. Made by McPherson.
This is a difficult bit now for Hibs, because Rangers will be quite happy to keep the ball and hopefully hit them in the break as they're doing now.
Good save by Ray. Nothing that he could do about that shot from Derek Ferguson though.
Magnificent finish. As I say, it's going to make it very hard for Hibs now. What a great strike that was.
And he managed 7 league goals in his time at Rangers. Derek Ferguson, 7 years on the books. It's the goal a year, but that fine strike. Rangers leading by 2 goals to 0 now.
You can tell Derek Ferguson's not too rusty. You know, he's still playing player manager with Clydebank up to last year, and still showing some great talent there.
He's going to be playing for Alloa next season, Derek Ferguson. Also played for Sunderland, Falkirk and Dunfermline among others in his long career, which started with Rangers way back in 1983. May finding Kane. Hughes. To Eddie May. Trevor Stephen. Shirt Paul, it's a free kick. There's Eddie May just going off. He was the looks of Berwick this season, but didn't play the famous day that they held Rangers in the Cup. Ferguson, Trevor Stephen, and now Goff. McCoist. Still using their strike partnership sparingly. McCoist has been on for the vast majority of the 6.5 minutes of this first half so far, but no sign of Mark Haitley as yet. All Mark Walters. That just shows the strength that they've got in depth.
We're looking there, Mickey Weir's just come on there. A player with a great gift, and hopefully Hibs will be hoping that he can get the ball and maybe show some magic, get them back in the game here before half time.
Wheeler putting the pressure on Andy Dibble's back pass. Andy Dibble, another player who's just got himself a deal sorted out for next year. And there is Mickey Weir, right on cue, 2-1.
Mickey Weir, yeah, it's the same ever there, a guy with great talent, and he's brought them back in the game. Hope that will help in the second half.
14 seasons at Hibernian. Nicky Weir sandwiched round a brief spell at Luton and an equally brief sojourn on loan at Millwall under Jimmy Nicholl.
I know the Hibs lads have been training very hard. The last 6 weeks they've been playing at 6-a-side together, getting together, working out and hoping to make an impact in the tournament. So we hope not to lose this one just now.
McCoy stopped in his tracks by Gordon Ray.
Nearly half-time, 10, 9, 8, 7.
Still time for Rangers to extend their lead just before the half-time whistle. Rangers leading by 2 goals to 1. Goals of high quality from McCoist and Ferguson to give them a 2-0 lead. Gordon Smith delighted at the way things have gone so far. Ferguson with that second goal. Nicky Weir nicking one back for Hibs just before half-time.
Yeah, Hibs needed that because it's very difficult out there when you are goals down, because the team that's ahead will just keep the ball and make you work very hard physically. So it's important Hibs get that goal back just before half-time and give them a bit of hope now.
There's Nicky Weir, who was a member of the side that won the Skull Cup back in 1991 for Hibs, and he's been currently coaching at Cowdenbeath under Keith Wright. Haitley replacing McCoist up front for this second period for Rangers. Stevens' effort easily saved by Robin Ray. Now Gordon Ray starting an attack for Hibs. Goff. Controlled by Gordon Ray. And it's an intriguingly poised game at the moment. Free kick for a foul on Weir.
Yeah, I think Hibs will have to keep the ball a wee bit. They've got plenty of time just now. Just try to keep possession and try and create some openings. No need to panic just now.
Is some strike on a night that's already seen an increasingly long chapter of great goals. Gordon Ray scores arguably the best of the lot.
That's a magnificent strike there. I think we've been spoiled tonight with a few great goals, and it's going to be an entertaining game now, all to play for.
Gordon Ray, second in the all-time Hibs appearance list behind Arthur Duncan. That's his second goal of the night as well. Haitley, Stephen. Rangers have thrown away a 2-0 lead. Wasn't far away from Haitley.
No, it's a good effort there with Big Mark. I'm just wondering if Rangers will change it and bring on McCoist to get that partnership again. Haitley McCoist worked well the last game for them and worked very well over previous years with Rangers, so I'm wondering if Ali will make a reappearance here.
So far they've been used in rotation, apart from just a couple of minutes in the first game. Richard Goff. 9 league titles in his time at Ibrox. Here come Hibs again. Weir. Dibble had enough time to see that it was going wide.
There's an opportunity there. It just opened up for Mickey. Maybe she'll take it a touch, get it down.
Can Hibs do it? Let's hear from their bench. Paul Kane is with Brim.
Well, Paul, if we can just grab your attention for a second, it's a hell of a second half, this.
It's exciting with 2-0 down there. We got back to 2-2. Great goal for Gordon Ray. Big thunderbolt. We're hoping we can take this and win the game.
You win this, you're all about there, aren't you?
I think so, yeah. It's just concentration.
At 2-0 down, it was looking pretty bleak.
Yeah, but as I say, Gordon Ray, big thunderbolt. so I think they're getting called on now.
Off you go.
Cheers.
Paul Kane coming back onto the magic carpet with just over 4 minutes to go. And another goal now will be hugely significant for both of these sides. Weir. John Hughes sets the sights. Biddle with the save. It didn't quite fall for Weir.
There's a good effort there by John. I think he's been taking a wee lesson there from Big Gordon. A good effort, but a good stop by Andy.
Pritz. Goff. Hakely indicating to him that he wanted the ball played into his feet. Here's Pritz. Hibs getting as many back behind the ball as they can. Hakely felt as though he had his way toward goal impeded there. He wasn't allowed to turn. And now John Hughes. Alan Snedden, the Celtic man, would love to get one over Rangers. Kane. Lose your money on Paul from here.
Yeah, it looks very balanced now. Nobody taking any chances really. Looks like both teams are happy with the point.
Weir. Challenged by Pritz was a foul one.
There's an opportunity here.
Hughes motion to take it quickly. Snedden eventually had the effort on goal. Now McCoist. Still Harry McCoist using his strength so well. Good ball from Pritz to Stephen. Goes against Weir.
That's Mickey Weir using all his body strength there. Thought he was a bit harsh there by the referee.
2-2, 90-odd seconds to go. Let's hear from Rangers' Derek Ferguson, who's with Rick.
Derek, it's quite a game, this one. Who's going to win it?
Well, Kibemdi's game here. I think the teams are seeing they're a wee bit tired now, but the Kibemdi's game, I think we've got a wee bit more quality, but I think they've got a wee bit more fitness than us, to be honest with you. So we've got Alan McCoist there, so we'll always get a chance at a goal.
It's not a bad result, is it? Still a draw if it stays like that?
Well, I think Celtic are it. Is that true? Well, it wouldn't be a bad result, would it?
There you go, we'll see who wins. Thanks very much, Derek.
Derek absolutely right. If this does end all square, Celtic will be eliminated from the tournament. Take Hibs and Rangers on to 4 points. Celtic with out a point as yet and only one game to play, couldn't catch either of them. Here's Snedden. Now Kane. Will either side be able to take a huge step towards the final in the final 30 seconds?
Hibs have 30 seconds left to see Celtic.
Come on, Hibs.
Hughes.
It seems both teams are happy with the draw. Disappointing for us, but
McCoist. Ray happy just to get the ball to the other end of the pitch. McPherson stands firm at the back. And a 2-2 draw. Hibs fighting back from 2-0 down with a wonderful strike from Gordon Ray, tying it up at 2-2. Hibs and Rangers now on 4 points. Celtic out of the tournament.
we're going home, yeah, but hopefully we're going to win the last game, then go out with a wee bit of pride.
Honours even, a very even game. Hibs 2, Rangers 2.
There we go, that was some game, and a good game. The points shared in that one, 2-2. So this is the state of play as things stand right now in the Scottish Masters. It's any one of those three will probably go through tonight. They're all in it. Rangers, Hibs and Hearts. They're all in it and all have something to play for. Celtic are out, it's all about pride for them. But next up, two sides who really want a win. It's the All Edinburgh affair. It's Hearts against Hibs, and that is coming your way from Braehead Arena in Glasgow after this. Welcome back to Braehead Arena here in Glasgow. It's lively, it's noisy, it's the Scottish Masters. Just a reminder of the competition. Remember earlier tonight I asked you which team won the 2001 Scottish Masters. Was it A, Celtic, B, Rangers, C or Hearts? Now, remember the prizes. We've got £500 worth of vouchers. We've got tickets to the Masters. We've got all sorts of things. You can win a signed shirt by the winning side tonight here at Braehead. And that's the number to call, 09015 60 40 85. 09015 60 40 85. That's the number to call. It's a good competition. Enter it. You've still got time. Well, it's been great action here tonight. Celtic sadly are out of it. They'll be playing Rangers in some time to come. Next up, well, that tells its own story. Next up, it's Hearts against Hibs. These two are thoroughly looking forward to it, and why not? It's an Edinburgh derby, and the winner takes all, because both of them are still very much in this tournament. Let's join Jim Proudfoot, and alongside him, Richard Gough.
Thanks, Jim. Well, there are two men here tonight who play for both Hearts and Hibs. One of them, Darren Jackson, is playing for Celtic, while the other is Eamon Bannon, who left Tynecastle for the second time in 1993 to have a brief spell as player coach at Easter Road. Fitness shouldn't be a problem for Hibernian. Four of them were still playing last season. Paul Kane for St Johnstone and Clyde, John Hughes for Ayr United, Keith Wright as player manager of Cowden Beef, and Eddie May at Berwick. One of the most famous days of Hibs history was the 1st of January 1973 when they won 7-0 at Hearts. Jimmy O'Rourke scored that day, having just come off the back of a run of 6 hat-tricks in just 3 months. The mathematics have been done. The winners of this match go through. If it's a draw, Hibernian will definitely go through, and that will also be good enough for Hearts if Celtic beat Rangers in the last game. Basically, Hearts know that they're going to have to win. If they win, they will definitely be there. Hibernian Hearts clashes always very fiercely contested, and there's plenty at stake in this one. Hearts will get the game up and running. It's Bowman. Misunderstanding there with the back four Hearts. And the first shot is well tipped away. It's Paul Kane with the strike. Henry Smith keeping it out. Kane again trying his luck. Now Alan Lawrence for Hearts. Weir. Free kick goes to Hibs. And as expected, Richard, it's been quite a cagey start so far.
Very cagey. It's actually a lot harder than it actually looks out there. I can testify to that. But this is good rivalry, this game. So, but it is, like I said, a lot harder than it really looks. And I can see the games. The first game was really quick, and the second game was definitely a bit slower. I think this one's a touch slower as well, you know.
Mitchell with the ball forward. And Graham Mitchell again. Bowman in the way of that strike. His instinctive effort going wide. That's able to bring it away with Kenny Black.
Number 7, Eddie Lee, number 8, Graham Mitchell, and number 10, Mickey Weir. For Hearts, it goes Henry Smith.
Weir.
And top scorer so far, number 10, Wayne Foster.
Oh, Mickey Weir doing brilliantly and wins the penalty.
I think, judging by the last game Mickey Weir played, he looks quite lively. I think it suits the little fellas a lot better than it does the big fellas. But he's done well, Mickey Weir.
It's Paul Kane. Once the ball has been readjusted and put back on the spot, who will have the chance to give Hibs the lead against Hearts. An emphatic strike and Hibernian lead.
Yeah, good finish, good strike by Paul. I'm actually not sure what result I'm looking for here. Am I looking for a draw, or for who am I looking to win here?
You'll be quite happy if Hibs win. That's the result that Rangers want, really. As it stands at the moment, it will be a Hibs-Rangers final, irrespective of what happens in the final game of the league group. A small matter of Rangers against Celtic. Black. Lawrence. Now Wayne Foster. Bowman. Foul on Kenny Black, the man who gave the penalty away, upended himself. Foster. Sandy Stewart. Foster. Good ball for Lawrence and a good save.
That's a great save. That's a great save. Keep that.
Robin way out very quickly. And it's launched a Hibs counter-attack as well. 3 against 2 for a moment, but Alan Moore is back in position now for Hearts. Here's Hughes. Snedden.
House making a substitution, rested number 10, Wayne Foster, replaced by number 6, Alan Moore.
Hughes again. Snedden. This is a great move from Hibs. Such a great finish though by Keith Wright. Still Hibs trying to get into a position to double the lead. Here's Wright again. Lead, of course, coming from a Paul Kane penalty after a foul on Mickey Weir. Let's hear from the diminutive winger now, who's downstairs with Brinlaw.
Well, Mickey, the Edinburgh derby is going the way of Hibs just at the moment.
Yeah, it is, yeah. It's obviously not played in one for a few years, but you can see that the boys are, most of the teams are up for it. You know, it's been a good tournament. Just look forward to playing in it, and it's been great all day.
Is this a side that's getting into its stride now?
I wouldn't say that. I think there's still a way to go. No, but the boys have worked hard. They'll be determined to do well. That's the main thing, you know.
A draw will be a good result, but it's better than that. Will it stay like that?
Long way to go. Long way to go.
Don't commit yourself. No, thanks. No.
Hibs still leading courtesy of that Paul Kane penalty, and that will be enough. That will take them up to 7 points. Rangers win against Celtic in the last game would edge out Hibs on goal difference. Here's Kenny Black. Hibs know that providing they can hold this lead, they will definitely be in the final. Paul Cherry with the loose shot. Hearts forced into firing them in from distance. There's Jimmy O'Rourke. He made his debut in the Fairs Cup, age just 16.
through for Hearts, Richard.
Yeah, Hibs have defended very well the whole tournament there. Hard, difficult challenge.
Another thumping challenge. There have been quite a few coming in all evening. Kane, chance to double the lead. It's a great save from Henry Smith. That would be the save of the night so far. Playing 41 Edinburgh derbies, Henry Smith. Not have made too many saves, better than that either. It was a fine stop. Here's Lawrence. Defended by Gordon Ray. It's a Hibs free kick. And no time to take it at the end of the first half, which seen Hibs edge into the lead, courtesy of that man Paul Kane driving home emphatically from the spot after Mickey Weir was brought down. Weir upended by Kenny Black, and Kane with the only goal of the first half so far.
Well, I just hope it stays like that, because then the game against Celtic means nothing for us. But to be fair, any game against Rangers against Celtic is always going to be something at stake.
Well, it's been a very auspicious start for Hibs to their Masters football career. Victory against Celtic, a draw against Rangers, and they lead Hearts. Last year's Scottish Masters. At this stage, not going to get through to the final. Moore, Bannon. He was very, very nearly picked up that back pass from Robin Ray inside the 6-yard box. Came perilously close to getting his hands to it, and that would have been an indirect free kick. And persistent descent is going to produce another yellow card. Oh, it's a red. Alan Moore sent off.
That's just silly by Alan. You know, I mean, obviously he's disappointed that he made just headed the ball out for a deliberate corner kick. But in the rules, yeah, it's a goal kick, and he's obviously just gone over the top of the referee. And then the referees are actually from England. They're not going to maybe stand for that either. Quite rightly so.
Hearts' job. All the harder now. Paul Cherry coming close. Hibs whack it away. Too long though for Weir, who's visibly disappointed at the quality of pass in his direction. There's McKinnon. Hearts a man down and a goal down. They need at least a draw. Weir waits for support, and it arrives, and that's another great save from Smith. Gordon Hunter denied from close range, and that would have been the goal that put Hearts out.
That's an unbelievable save by Henry Smith. But you can't see past Hibs at the moment.
Here's Kane. Weir. Still Weir with the tricky feet and sublime finish for 2-0.
I think he's going to have to be watched in the final.
His second goal of the night. Great strike by Weir. And Hearts now need 2 goals in the last 5 minutes. A man down. It seems as though last year's champions are going to be getting through to the final, but there's one back. And they live on. Wayne Foster.
Don't like the look at that. Don't like the look at that, but good persistence by Wayne. Yeah, totally deserved as well.
Well, he missed from about that far out in the last game. Wayne Foster takes the lead in terms of the golden boot for this evening. That's his 3rd goal of the night. Now Weir.
Hearts' hopes live on. Alan McLaren will be very relieved that they've just got a semblance of hope. Let's hear from him now.
Alan, everything that could go wrong in this one is doing for you. What was the sending off for, have you been told?
No, we've not been told. We'll wait for the referee's report.
Suggesting it may have been foul and abusive language, perhaps?
Oh, I wouldn't say that. Again, if you kick the ball out and you get it back, it's quite easy then, isn't it? I think he was a bit upset about that, but these things happen.
Is there a way back into this game for you? Need the point?
4 minutes, we've got to get a couple of goals. Of course there is. We'll keep battling on.
Thank you.
Okay.
Alan McLaren's Hearts less than 4 minutes away from going out. Draw would be enough at this stage, but they would then need a favour off Celtic. Great pass from Gordon Ray for the danger man Weir, and here's a chance! Another great save from Smith. That's why he's still playing at the age of 46.
To be fair, Henry Smith's kept Hearts in the game here to a certain extent.
McKinnon. Hearts haven't given up. Kenny Black. Foster. No way past Ray. Now Henry Smith's going to be called into action again. Here's Keith Wright. Hibs happy to make the 4 outfield players of Hearts do the chasing. Gordon Ray. And Wright's in a lot of space if they can get the ball forward. Just wanted it to come back off the boards to Keith Wright, and it didn't quite for him. Now Bannon for Hearts. Have to score.
90 seconds to go. Still Hibs 2, Hearts 1.
Alan Lawrence. Black into the final minute. And the final minute of Hearts' defence of the title, unless they can conjure up something. Cherry. Bannon. Still, they've got a chance. And they live on.
Can't believe that for Rangers. That means we need to get a result now. We need a draw in the final game, mind you. But Henry Smith definitely kept Hearts in the game.
Well, the draw's all right as far as Hibs are concerned. They will still go through. Play stops because Hearts have snuck an extra body onto the field. Remember, after that red card, they're down to 4 outfield players, and Paul Cherry came on, but I'm sure that was just a time-wasting tactic.
20 seconds to go.
Oh! Paul Kane again! And just when Hearts thought they might have done enough, it looks as though they are heading out after all.
Paul Kane and Mickey Weir for me has been the best players in the Hibs team, so well deserved.
The referee calls a timeout after that foul on Kenny Black. About 4-5 seconds left. Hearts must score.
Couple of seconds left for Hearts to save it.
And they're out. They won it last year with a 100% record, but 2 defeats in 3 games spells the end, and Paul Kane with a dramatic late strike gives Hibernian the victory. A 3-2 win, and Hibs, at the first attempt in Masters football, make it through to the final, where they will be playing Rangers. It looked as though they'd thrown it away. 2-0 up. It went back to 2-2. That was the first goal, a Paul Kane penalty after a foul on Weir, who added a neat second himself. Then after Alan Moore was sent off, it looked all up for Hearts. Wayne Foster gave them a little bit of hope. And it looked as though Eamon Bannon had kept their hopes alive. Seconds later, though, at the other end, Paul Kane extinguished those hopes, and Hibs beat Hearts by 3-2.
Well, Hearts got to the final of the British Masters last year. They won't be doing that this year because Hibs have just beaten them, and that, as Jim says, lines up a Hibs-Rangers final. We've got that to look forward to. That's going to be terrific. But before that, of course, they're all here in Braehead for one other small matter. Next up, it's the Old Firm. Rangers will play Celtic here in the Scottish Masters. Welcome back to Braehead Arena here in Glasgow. Well, they're glad they came. It's the Scottish Masters, and next up is Rangers against Celtic. It's going to be great. The players really looking forward to it. The supporters really looking forward to it inside the arena here. Let's get to it. Let's rejoin Jim Proudfoot, and alongside him is Alan McLaren.
Well, of these Rangers players, only Robert Pritz didn't represent the club in the 90s. 5 of the other 9 played when Rangers beat Celtic in the 1991 Skull Cup final. Mark Walters scored that day, and Richard Gough got the winner, while manager Gordon Smith scored as Rangers beat Celtic in the 1978 League Cup final. Celtic includes some Old Firm heroes of their own, among them Joe Miller, who was just 21 when he scored the only goal in the 1989 Scottish Cup final against Rangers. Willie Faulkner once scored in the Cup final for Aberdeen against the Gers, while Jim McAnally also beat Rangers in the Cup final when he played for Dundee United. Manager Paul Mitchley played in 5 Cup finals for Celtic against Rangers. He won 2 and lost 3. Ally McCoy's played against Celtic only 14 months ago in a league game for Kilmarnock. He holds the post-war record for scoring the most goals in Old Firm games, some 27. No pressure on Rangers and Celtic in terms of tonight's tournament. Plenty of pressure on Rangers and Celtic in terms of this being yet another Old Firm clash.
Old Firm clash, you've got to win it no matter what it is. Game of tiddlywinks, you've still got to win it, so I'm sure both guys will be going out for the victory.
Alan, obviously you're frustrated at the nature of Hearts' exit after everything that you achieved last year. What did you say to the referees afterwards about the controversial red card?
No, it's in the rules. If the ball goes out, there's no corner kicks and it goes straight back to the goalkeeper. But obviously we're a bit upset that obviously Eddie just played it out the park to away for the danger area and he gets it back. So these things happen. But Alan Wood, I think, will be a bit disappointed the way he reacted.
So Hibs are definitely in the final. Rangers definitely in the final as well. And they've got a tough task in this game because to a certain extent they've got to try and keep the legs fresh while still leaving with local pride intact.
The local pride thing is the big thing here, Jim. Both sets, the players have got to justify to the fans wearing that shirt.
This is Robert Pritz for Rangers. Now Richard Gough, who scored the winner against Celtic in the 91 Skull Cup final. Joe Miller. What a start for Tommy Coyne and Celtic.
Tommy Coyne, what a goal. Always had the ability and now he's just showed it, still not lost it.
Well, Celtic had only scored 1 goal tonight. Prior to that, that was scored by Coyne, and that is a magnificent finish. I'm sure if you asked the Celtic fans before the games started tonight, they'd have said, yes, we'll settle for beating Rangers and not winning the tournament.
I'm sure you're quite right there.
There's been a number of good goals tonight.
And those that are deciding the goal of the tournament award have got a very difficult choice now. Goals from Kenny Black, Gordon Ray, Ali McCoist, now Tommy Coyne, all in consideration. Miller. Coyne again gives chase, but Andy Dibble, who's recently signed for Wrexham, will be the 15th club of his career, makes a comfortable save.
Much travelled as Andy. Did a great job for Rangers when he came in to help us win the 9 in a row.
Now Goff, great block from Tosh McKinley.
Not Richard's favourite end of the park, I must admit.
Ferguson, McCoist.
3 minutes gone in the first half of this Old Firm derby in the Scottish Masters. Still Celtic 1, Rangers 0.
Fritz. Celtic again getting it clear. Celtic do have a slight disadvantage for this game because of Darren Jackson's red card that he picked up in the 5-0 defeat to Hearts. That means that he is suspended. Consequently, can't take any further part tonight. It's been a bizarre evening for him. Best save he made, despite having 8 minutes in goal, was when he was playing as an outfield player. That's what earned him that red card and subsequent suspension. Celtic leading with a quarter of the game gone. Tommy Coyne, the goal scorer. Wishart to McCoist. Goff. Ferguson trying to find some room. Next possession, but further away from goal than where he originally wanted to be played in. Points to McKinley, the Kilmarnock teammates doing battle. Now chance for Falconer. Miller. I think they won a lot better than that in the 1989 Scottish Cup final.
3 minutes to half-time, still Celtic 1, Rangers 0.
Ferguson.
Well, Rangers fans, let's see if your team, you win by them.
Now by McInally. Miller. Colin tried to play it back to Miller. Person gets it away. Ferguson. Not too much to choose between the two sides at the moment, Alan.
Not a lot. Celtic are definitely going to try ruin the party. They've got the goal, they're defending well. Rangers are looking like they're saving a bit of legs for the final. But I will think all pride will come into play here.
Good save.
To be fair, it is quite hot in the arena, and the surface is rock hard. I'm sure there'll be a few sore joints in the morning.
So far, so good for Celtic. One man will be delighted with the way things are going so far is Joe Miller, who's with Brent.
Joe, whatever's happened in the tournament, there's no such thing as a Glasgow derby with nothing at stake, is there?
No. To some people, this is the game that all that matters in Glasgow. So we've got to try and redeem ourselves. It's a disappointing tournament for us. And we'll just try to redeem ourselves and get a win under our belt.
Well, you're in front, and I presume that for the Celtic fans here, it doesn't matter whatever happened way before if you win this one.
Yeah, well, to some, but we're delighted. I went on and done well in the tournament. That wasn't to be, but we've just got to hold on to the lead that we've got just now. But the main thing is we're out here to enjoy ourselves, and that's what it's all about.
You want to beat them though, don't you?
We do want to beat them, that's the main thing.
Thanks, Joe.
So far they are beating it with a minute to go in the first half. Jim McInally.
game for both teams in there. The pace has dropped quite considerably since the first game. Again, Celtic just keeping the ball, just try to wipe the clock clear, getting at half-time 1-0 up.
McPherson. White come back off the boards for Trevor Stephen. Ball forward towards Craney, who scored after just 83 seconds of his Old Firm debut, some 20 years ago now.
Not a bad start to the Old Firm, I must admit. 83 seconds.
He subsequently took in Wolves, Blackpool, Dundee, Airdrie, Kilmarnock. 15 clubs in Hong Kong and South Korea. Faulkner blocking the shot from Stephen. And Danny Craney with the last touch of the first half, which sees Celtic lead, courtesy of that man, Tommy Coy.
Excellent goal. Tommy, beautiful goal. And it goes there. First touch, knows where the keeper is, far corner. Excellent goal.
That's all that separates the two sides at the moment. That wonderful strike from Tommy Coy. Paul McStay will be certainly the happier of the two managers, that goes without saying.
Quite surprised Paul's not pulled the boots on. Paul is an excellent player and he's there, and it's quite a shame that obviously that he can't take part tonight.
Performance by his brother Willie in goal for Celtic in the first 8 minutes of this game as well. Here's McPherson. Stephen. A bit of defensive insecurity there. McAnally getting it away. Now McPherson again. Haitley. Craney hoping for the long ball forward for Celtic.
Looks like the grand old man, the Rangers is taking a breather. Richard, it's just like, I think he's saving himself for the glory in the final.
Now Craney, saved by Dibble.
Excellent save by Andy, spread himself well.
Faulkner, Craney.
Rangers have got a 4 versus 3 in their own half and they're not pressing the ball. That's, again, I think that's due to the heat and the surface being taking a lot out of the players' legs.
Stephen putting the pressure on McAnally now, and ball punted upfield, hopefully. Haitley, Stephen.
What about a stray by Trevor there? The right hand apology to the rest of his teammates.
Celtic have another chance to bring it forward and try and double their lead. Faulkner comes back to it. Now a chance for Jim Dobbin. Snatched at it. Faulkner, good save.
Well stood up, Andy. Jim Dobbin will be a bit disappointed. Couldn't get in the score sheet there. Trevor's got a chance now.
He didn't take his either.
That left foot's for standing on Trevor.
Some career Trevor Stephen had 8 league titles in 3 different countries, with Rangers 5 times, a couple with Everton and 1 with Marseille 10 years ago. Here's Coy, whose goal is still all that separates these two sides until Faulkner makes it 2.
2-0. Celtic fans are quite happy in the stadium now.
Willie Faulkner sneaking it in. Celtic leading by 2-0 with only 5 minutes remaining.
I think there'll be a bit of urgency about Rangers play now.
Trevor Stevens, Rangers try and hit back. Deflection takes it to safety for Celtic. Let's hear the views of Rangers' Mark Walters.
Well, Mark, are your boys taking it easy for the final here, or what?
It looks like it, but I think it's just a case of lads a little bit complacent because we're through to the final and they just took the foot off the gas a little bit. But luckily we didn't lose results, and we'll do all right and better in the final.
It's Celtic, though.
I agree, but it's very tiring this season. The lads have just took the foot off the gas a little bit because it is tiring out there, very, very hard work, and they've just relaxed a little bit, and obviously, you know what happens when you relax, you get kicked up the proverbial.
Now, you've got a problem, presumably, because we're not seeing much of you tonight.
Yeah, I've got a little calf strain there, and it's just a little bit sore. I don't really want to aggravate it too much, so we'd like to just leave it, but it looks like things don't get better. We might have to come on again.
Oh, really? To try and turn things around dramatically?
Well, that's what they said, but I don't think it will help, but that's what they say, yeah.
We shall see. Cheers, Mark.
All right, cheers.
Mark Rogers, another one of the men who was still playing last year, 30-odd games in the English third division with Bristol Rovers. European winner 20 years ago with Aston Villa in the European Super Cup. Didn't play in the European Cup triumph.
It's a shame for the public who have come along, obviously paid their money to see the best players, because Mark is a fantastic player, especially on this surface. The close... Oh, a little bit naughty. And the ability that obviously that Mark's got, it would be a joy to watch on this surface.
McAnally on Haitley, the foul. Robert Pritz with the free kick.
I think he's got to be back at least more than a yard when you're taking a free kick, but the referees may have had a poor night.
They haven't enamoured themselves, do you, have they?
Not to the Hearts fans, I must admit.
McPherson.
Old Firm means a lot in Glasgow. The Edinburgh Derby means a lot in Edinburgh, so those who have got to travel the M8 back are hanging their head in shame.
Great touch by Pritz. McPherson.
Oh, penalty. A bit late, but it's a penalty.
And a long, hard look. Referee Steve Lodge.
And waited for the shouts.
I played the ball. Referee Steve Lodge.
We all said that. And we all believed that was a sad thing. We did believe that he got the ball.
Well, Steve Lodge has given this penalty, and with it a lifeline for Rangers. Mark Haitley. Goalkeeper has to be back on his line. He's ignored that command. Haitley misses. Oh, a missed penalty in an Old Firm derby.
Against a right back, not even a goalkeeper. I'm sure that'll do the mileage around the pubs and clubs at Glasgow. Can't score against a right back in goals.
Faulkner. Now Miller. Faulkner. Good save by Andy Dibble, who's made a number of very significant stops in this game.
Andy's just keeping the score respectable, I think, for the Rangers fans in the arena tonight.
Last year Rangers beat Celtic 6-2 in the group stage. And memories of that will be fully extinguished. 3-2 for Celtic. Craney. Now Willie Faulkner.
May have been a different outcome if Celtic had applied themselves in the earlier matches. Seem to have obviously they've definitely ran a little bit and they've believed in themselves here.
Here's a chance to make it 3. McKinley. Craney.
That takes the pressure off Wayne Foster at Hearts there with the miss.
Here's Trevor Stephen. Well, we said that goal of the tournament would be a hard decision. Missing the tournament is an increasingly hard call as well.
I'll stick with my teammate there, and I'll definitely see Craney's a Celtic.
McAnally tries to get it forward. Trevor Stephen with the last touch of the Old Firm game.
Wasn't a bad touch, was it?
Doesn't count. And Celtic might be out, but they have beaten Rangers for the first time in a Masters match by 2-0. These the goals, a wonderful strike by Tommy Coy.
And then Celtic soaking up the pressure, striking again with Willie Falconer. Rangers go through to the final, but Celtic have beaten them by 2-0.
Well, that certainly has sent the Celtic supporters home happy tonight. A great victory for them and confirmation of the final standings in the table. Hibs and Rangers, they will compete in the final of the Scottish Masters tonight here at the Braehead Arena in Glasgow for a place in the British Masters final. They have played out of their skins tonight and they are in the final. It's Hibs Rangers coming up next. Welcome back to the Braehead Arena in Glasgow. Well, we've had a great night of Scottish Masters football here. And of course, there's a great month ahead of football in August on Sky Sports. Yeah, some fantastic action coming your way on Sky Sports, as you'd expect in the month of August. Now here at Braehead, well, we've got the goal of the tournament, the player of the tournament, never mind all that. What about, would you believe it, the body of the tournament? And none other than that man, Ali McCoist. Apparently, according to those who voted, and they shall remain nameless, he's the one in the middle, incidentally. He has been voted the player who has the best bod of the tournament. You cannot keep McCoist down, can you? Fantastic. Okay, what about the results? Let's have a look at all the results here at Braehead tonight. This was the story of the evening here in the Scottish Masters. Celtic 1, Hibernian 2, that was the opening game. Then Rangers 3, Hearts 1. Hearts 5, Celtic 0, and that nailed Celtic, unfortunately. Hibernian 2, Rangers 2, Hearts 2, Hibernian 3, and then the Old Firm 1. And Celtic got their own back. Rangers 0, Celtic 2. But all of that means it's set up a Masters final here in Scotland between Hibernian and Rangers. Hibernian have had a great night, so too have Rangers. They're both in the final. Let's hear now from the two managers, Jimmy O'Rourke of Hibs and Gordon Smith of Rangers. They're both with Bryn.
Well, Jimmy, you said you were coming here and meant business, and you've shown us that through the course of the evening as well.
The players have. I'm not playing, the players have done it. The players have done well, very pleased with them.
Have they surprised you in any way?
No, there's a good bunch of laddies. They've worked hard and they came from behind the last game, which was very good. Noticeable that Gordon left out Ali and Mr. Goff there at this. You saving them for the final, son, were you?
Well, there you go, there's the question. Were you saving them for the final?
Yeah, I'm saving everybody for the final. We need them all. It's a time of game. You have to give your players a rest at certain stages. But Richard Goff has been sensational. So I just thought, give him a rest because he has worked so hard. He's put more into it than he needs to, getting forward all the time, and he's been tremendous. But we're just happy to be in the final.
As Jimmy mentioned, you played out a very good game in the heats. Will it be similarly close now, do you feel?
I think it'll be a very tight game. I think that Hibs will start favourite because they've got a younger side and they've got players who are currently playing more than we have. Most of our guys are retired, but the thing is that there's a lot of quality and there's a lot of determination and hunger in our team, so I'm relying on that.
Hibs start favourites.
Didn't listen to him. I'll not listen to him at all. We're happy to be here. Happy to be in the final. We'll give it our best shot.
The war of words has begun. Good luck, chaps. We'll see you later.
Well, they're all ready for this, aren't they? Hibs against Rangers in the final. Actually, the supporters inside the Braehead Arena tonight have been nothing short of fantastic. It is a great atmosphere, and it's always the same at the Scottish Masters. They come here and they thoroughly involve themselves and they thoroughly enjoy themselves. So let's get to it. It's the final. Who will get to the British Masters? We're about to find out. It's Hibernian against Rangers. Let's rejoin Jim Proudfoot, and alongside him, a man who sadly we haven't seen in action tonight, but my goodness, he was a player at one stage in his career, Paul McStay.
Thank you, Jim. Well, Hibs may be making their Masters debuts, but this side have got through to the final as the only unbeaten side in the group stages, and that's primarily down to their youth. Between them, they played nearly 100 games last season in league football. They also have the tournament's joint leading scorer so far in 3-goal Paul Kane. Rangers have 8 of the 9 internationals involved in this final, but like last year, they enter it with a depleted squad. They then had only 7 fit players. Now, they're without Mark Walters, whose calf strain set to prevent him making an appearance in this final game. The impossible question, Paul McStay, for a Celtic man, who's going to win?
Well, after the last game, it'll be very close, and maybe the Hibs fitness will go through in the end, but Rangers got a lot of ability there, and with that guy up front, Mr. McCoy, so could nick a goal at any time.
How much solace did you and the Celtic players get from the fact that you beat Rangers?
Well, I think that was a good way to end the tournament. We've had our problems throughout the tournament, losing the goalkeeper early doors, but William McStay came in there, Brotherham did very well, and it's always nice to end the tournament beating the old rivals, Rangers.
Hibs yet to lose in a similar position to Wolves in the Belfast Masters when they got through the group unscathed. Despite winning the group, they lost to Liverpool in that final match. Finished 2-2 between these two sides in the group stages. Who will be able to edge ahead in this final? Keith Wright, who's the only international in this Hibernian side. He played 1 game for Scotland against Northern Ireland back in 1992. Couldn't squeeze it through there. Here's Ferguson. Goff to McPherson. And now McCoist.
Number 6, Danny Ferguson. Number 7, Robert Prince. And number 8, Ali McCoist.
Goff.
Let's get it off the final.
McCoist.
How did he squeeze it in from there?
Oh, magnificent goal. I was just about to say, great possession, Rangers are keeping there. And they're just waiting for that opening. And there it is, that man McCoist again. Slotted it home very well.
Joins Paul Kane of Hibs and Wayne Foster of Hearts on the 3-goal mark for the night. No stranger to a golden boot, Ali McCoist. Rangers lead 1-0, hoping to replicate their Scottish Masters success of 2000. And John Hughes lost the final against Rangers this year, of course, with Ayr United in the League Cup. Mitchell. Eddie May. And that's 1-1. Paul Kane again.
Again, that is a great goal, great possession play by Hibs, and just waited till his right opening, and Mr. Kane slotted it home very nicely.
Another one of the men still playing. He left St Johnstone back in March to move to Clyde. Paul Kane, leading scorer of the night once more. Here's Ferguson though, and McCoist. Good save.
3 minutes on in the final. Rangers 1, Hibs 1.
McCoist helping Robin Ray to his feet in inverted commas. Now Goff. Hibs able to bring it away with John Hughes. Right, back to May. Had a spell in England with Brentford back in the early 90s. Hughes. It's been a lot more open start to this final than a few of the previous games in the group stages.
Yeah, there's been a lot of good possession as it is now.
Hibs lead 2-1. Eddie May.
You could just see that happening there, a great build-up play, and Eddie just played a nice 1-2, followed his run, and again a great finish. It's been a very entertaining start to the game.
Just squeezed in Eddie May in terms of age for this event. He's only 34.
Oh, he's a ringer. Got any questions asked?
Qualification is for players who will be 35 this year, 1967 birthdays or earlier. Eddie May, born in the back end of 67. Robert Pritz, who was a wee bit before that, brought down the free kick, finds its way through to McPherson and then back to the former Swedish international. Hughes making the run forward, and Kane try to hold the ball up for him. Five minutes gone in this final. Hibs leading courtesy of a goal from Eddie May. Let's hear from the man who at the moment is the hero. He's with
Eddie, good finish, and you're in front.
Yeah, the Rangers are a good team. Just a lucky goal, I suppose. A long way to go, and hopefully we can hold it or maybe score another couple of goals.
You fancy this one then?
Yeah, but they're a good team, and I think it'll be close. Whoever wins it deserves to win it.
They've got the support, but you've got one or two here behind you.
Yeah, we've got good support here, coming from Edinburgh, and it's a good get back with the guys who used to play years ago. Good fun.
We'll see how it goes. Thanks, Eddie.
Alan Snedden almost making it 3-1. So Hibs are looking the brighter when they push forward.
Definitely. I think the turners earlier on that they were together for maybe 6 weeks before this, getting a couple of days in practicing, working in their fitness as well, and I think it is beginning to show now. They're working well as a team, keep possession, and their fitness looks a bit superior just now.
Here's Gordon Hunter. Weir wanted it played square. Hunter went for goal. Rangers breaking quickly. McCoist for Goff. Robin Ray again out early. Ferguson. Gordon Ray unable to cut it out. Goff. Keeps getting bodies back behind the ball. Only Weir forward. 90 seconds remaining in the first half ball.
Yeah, Hibs will want to keep on to this now. They keep the lead. Don't want to be losing one just before half time.
Goff. Pritz. Trevor Stephen. Rode the tackle from Kane. Pritz with a header. Goff. Another good save from Ray, who's really coming into his game, and again Hibs putting the ball out of play. This time they've got the free kick. Gordon Ray judged to have done that deliberately. That's an exact repeat of the incident that caused so much angst when Hibs met Hearts.
I think it's a bit early to play for time.
8.5 minutes remaining. Could go to penalties, of course. Here's Robert Pritz. And give credit to the goalkeeper for coming out so quickly.
Yeah, the Grovin closed that down very quickly there. There's a great opportunity for Pritz.
Hibs just running down the clock at the end of the first half, and they'll be very pleased with the way things are looking at the moment. Halfway through the final, Jimmy O'Rourke's men lead by 2 goals to 1, having come from behind again.
Yeah, I think they're just worthy winners at this moment in time.
These are the goals.
That was a great finish by Ali there.
Paul Kane giving Hibernian a 1-1 scoreline, and then Jimmy O'Rourke's men getting themselves ahead. 2-1 they lead as they turn around and wait for the start of the second half.
Yeah, I think what Hibs have got to do now is keep the ball, keep possession, and try to tire Rangers out. The onus is all on Rangers now to go and get that goal.
Rangers beaten in the final by Edinburgh opposition last year. Will they go the same way this year? Certainly missed the guile of Walters tonight, who in his previous Masters appearances with both Rangers and England has shown himself to be a fine exponent of Masters football. Ferguson. Weir had to stop his challenge because he's the goal hanger. Wishart, Goff. And that is a long way away.
Yeah, I think Hibs will be happy the way they've started this second half. As I say, it's all about them keeping possession now, trying to suck Rangers in and maybe hit them in the break now.
Stephen. That would have been another wonderful goal. Ferguson. Goff. Ferguson. Rangers just unable to really create an opening and get past this resolute Hibs defence.
Yeah, they're just sitting in Hibs now, quite happy the way it's going, hopefully hitting the break. But it's interesting to see that Mr McCoy and Mr Haitley aren't on the partner now, and I'm sure one of them will have to get on now to try and sneak that goal.
Rangers pair having their last breather before what promises to be a frenetic finish. Here's Wishart. McPherson. Bought the free kick by putting his hand on the ball after the challenge from Kane. Goff again misses the goal and the boards.
Yeah, it was worth a wee attempt there. That's where I feel maybe Mark Hale, Alan McCoy stay on the bench, maybe change it, get somebody who could sniff things out. There'd be half a chance.
Stephen, well played, and Goff again. Still Richard Goff, this time he does score! 2-2, and still, all the night's drama is yet to unfold.
Maybe I'll change my last statement. I think Big Richard, great finish there. Maybe just keep him up front now.
Missed two presentable opportunities before that. He scores his first goal of the night at the best possible time. Now Rangers have brought Ali McCoy stock. There's John Hughes. Weir. Kane. Hibs have got to try and come out again now. It's Rangers that have got the momentum. Goff, Wishart, McCoy is ahead of him. Hasn't been picked up. Hibs got the yellow shirts around the ball. Smothered possession.
I suppose there's always a possibility of losing a goal when you're sitting like what Hibs did there, trying to soak up the pressure, and they paid the price for that. And now it's up to them to try and raise their game again, come out and get this winning goal.
Goff, McCoy, I think Rangers are looking stronger now.
Yeah, as you say, they've got momentum, and I think they've just carried on from the 2-1 down, just put the pressure on, and it's going to be hard for Hibs to get back into it now.
Good play by Stephen, looking for McCoy. Graham Mitchell with a challenge. Big grins from Ali McCoy, who Hibs fans will remember came off the bench to score the winner in the League Cup final against Hibs some 9 seasons ago. An overhead kick, giving Rangers a 2-1 win that day. Keith Wright trying to turn his way through. Kane. Wright wins the free kick, the one international in this Hibs side. One moment of madness or genius now could change the destiny of the Scottish Masters title.
Oh, it's a wee bit slack there, Paul, when he played the ball to Yogi to his weaker foot there. I don't think Yogi's too happy. He's not a man to mess about with, Yogi.
He'll be continuing his career next season with Falkirk. Will there be a winner in the remaining 2.5 minutes? 2-2 the scoreline, the same scoreline as it was when these two sides met in the group stages and an hour or so ago. Gordon Ray, who scored a wonderful goal in that game. Hughes. Paul Kane. He's only scored 4 goals tonight. You can understand his willingness to try his luck from anywhere. Now Goff, ball from McCoist.
I think the fans enjoyed that one. It's not very often you see Ali like that. Remember they said they would have took one touch and hit the postage stamp, but not to be tonight.
Let's hear from Rangers' Robert Pritz, who's with Bryn.
Roberts, who's going to win this one? Tight again.
Well, it looks very tight. I think we're quite even match, even though they've got a younger team, but it's a good game, so it's good for the crowd as well.
If it goes to penalties, have you got the quality and the nerve to win it there?
Well, we're not letting Hagley take one because he's already missed one.
Are you going to win it in time? You've got 1.5 minutes left.
I hope so, because you don't really want to go to penalties anyway, so hopefully we're going to win it.
Well, you're under pressure at the moment. We'll see how it turns out. Thanks, Robert.
Well, Eddie May had the chance then. It was a wonderful save from Andy Dibble, but the rebound should have been put away.
Oh, it was a great strike there, and a fantastic save by Andy. But it just came a bit high for Eddie just to finish it off there.
Into the final minute, is it going to go to penalties again?
It's certainly looking that way.
Haley's flick on, not finding McCoist, who between them scored 477 goals for Rangers. Right. Kane. Back to Keith Wright. Hughes. Eddie May.
And Hibs find that have to make any openings here.
Right with the intricate touch, but Hughes had gone the other side of him, and Richard Goff can bring it away. McCoist. Goff. Is there going to be a hero? Foul on Goff. He stolen a few yards with the free kick. To be taken by Trevor Stephen. Hagley. McCoist. Robin Ray very grateful to pounce on that.
Yeah, they're just trying to make an opening for himself there, quite determined, but Robin was strictly down to solve the problem.
Into the final 10 seconds. That would have won it from Wright had it been on target. And it ends all square. Nothing to choose between Hibs and Rangers on either occasion they've met tonight. And it goes to the dreaded penalties.
Yeah, the dreaded penalties, definitely. But a very entertaining game. And some good goals against, some good passing movements. They finished off with great goals.
These the 4 goals of the game. Ali McCoist giving Rangers the lead. Hibs then scoring the next 2, firstly through Paul Kane. And then Eddie May. Rangers' Richard Goff, who missed a couple of opportunities before that, got them through to penalties. And who will see their nerve hold?
Yeah, it's all about a wee bit of luck now, and whoever's got the fresher legs, I'm sure that will help them as well. But again, very entertaining tournament.
Jimmy O'Rourke just trying to get the order right of the penalties. Likewise, Gordon Smith. It is a shootout of 5 penalties per team, as you would expect in a normal shootout. Just while they're sorting out the penalty takers, let's have a look at what's been voted the goal of the tournament. Many contenders tonight. That strike from Tommy Coyne, I think, a worthy winner.
Definitely, great strike, a great ball by Jim McInally as well. And it was a nice way to end it for Celtic tonight, a goal like that and getting the best goal of the tournament.
So Tommy Coyne, the goal of the tournament. Who's going to miss the penalty? Who's going to be the hero of the two goalkeepers? Vast difference in experience between Robin Ray of Hibernian and Andy Dibble of Rangers. There is Dibble, who was playing recently with Stockport County, made his name, of course, with Luton in the 1988 League Cup final. 14 clubs to his name now. While Robin Ray had a much less illustrious career, but has arguably, along with Henry Smith, been the goalkeeper of the evening. He's made some fine saves, and the longer the tournament has gone on, the more Robin Ray has come into his own.
Yeah, very much so. I've known Robin for many years, played at youth level, and a bit of a character, I'll say, as well. So I'm sure he'll be looking forward to this and trying to outfox the Rangers players. Maybe a bit of gamesmanship involved in Robin's in goals.
Another thing that has been sorted out is the fact that Paul Kane is the leading scorer tonight and wins the Scottish Masters Golden Boot. He led the scoring charts with 4. Who's going to be the hero and who's going to be the villain? Keith Wright is the first player to make his way forward, and it is going to be Hibbs who will go first in this penalty shootout. Wright, the only international in this Hibernian side, just 1 cap to his name. Andy Dibble, the Welsh international, facing him, and Wright strikes first.
A good finish there, sent the keeper the wrong way. Confident strike, a striker's penalty, definitely.
Next up, Trevor Stephen, Cup winner in his time at Everton. 8 league titles in 3 different countries, 5 SPLs, won each of the Scottish Cups 4 times. Trevor Stephen against Robin Ray. And he squeezes it in for 1-1.
You see Trevor's face there, he's quite happy with that. Robin will be disappointed, just right underneath his body.
Next up, Gordon Ray, who scored one of the goals of the night, 12 years, a Hibernian player. He scores as well.
Very confident strike for the big defender there. No problem at all.
For the last penalty shootout in Masters football, ended 3-2. There were numerous misses. We have had one that went to 13-12. Here's Mark Hateley. It's as cheeky as you like.
I like that. Confidence, that's where you go, confidence. And again, Robin won't be happy that they moved before the ball was kicked. If he stayed where he was, I'm sure he'd have threw his bunt in that one.
Not been a man short of self-confidence, Mark Hateley. Now it's John Hughes, a former Celtic player, against Rangers. Looks a wee bit nervous, but still puts it away, 3-2.
No nerves there from Mr. Hughes. Fantastic strike there as well, very confident penalty.
5 penalties taken so far, and all of them have found their target. Now Dave McPherson, former Hearts man, against the Hibs keeper. He's missed! And Dave McPherson, who once scored an own goal for Hibernian in the final, misses a penalty that gives the advantage to Hibs again.
Yeah, now the pressure's on here for Eddie. Eddie may take the next penalty. And just looking to slot it away.
Eddie May, who scored in normal time, scores again.
Great strike again, confidence there. So the pressure's all on Mr. McCoist. If he doesn't score this, I believe it's all over. Yeah.
Ali McCoist did everything there was to do in a Rangers shirt. In 15 years at Ibrox, must score from here.
He's a big runner, turning it.
Never likely to miss, really, was it?
Not at all, no. Good strike again.
So Rangers stay alive, but Paul Kane, who scored more goals than anyone else tonight, including a penalty, knows that if he puts this away, Hibernian are the Scottish Masters for 2002. And Rangers lose in the final again. It's Hibernian that make it through on this, their Masters football debut.
Yeah, fantastic. A great strike by Paul. And if you look at, you only get out of football what you've been to. No, it doesn't even matter if it's the Masters tournament for the old guys. Had to work very hard, preparation before the tournament, and they've reaped the benefits.
Well, thank you, Paul. Hibs beating Rangers 5-3 on penalties after a 2-2 draw. And they go through to the final to join the likes of Liverpool and Manchester United, Leeds, Newcastle and Coventry, and now Hibs are there as well, all thanks to Paul Kane, who's with Britain.
Paul, you've done it. Took a while, but you got there.
Yeah, we're delighted. I think the two teams were the best teams. Were in the final. It went to the last stages, come down to penalties. Exciting for the crowd, but we got there in the end.
You've won away from home, you've won in Glasgow, which is even more difficult as well.
That's true. The referees, mind you, are from England, so we've got a wee bit unbiasedness in that way.
Enjoy that?
Loved it. Hope we can come back next year.
You think you can do it in the big final now?
Well, we just have to wait and see. We're delighted to be on the trip, that's the main thing.
Well done, Paul.
Thanks.
Paul Kane delighted, as you would expect. 4 goals for him tonight and the winning penalty. There's Richard Gough, who's been voted the player of the tournament tonight. Richard Gough, another man who won just about everything there was to win in his time at Rangers and was playing Premiership football as recently as April last year. He is player of the tournament, Richard Gough. Tommy Coyne, of course, the goal of the tournament, that wonderful strike for Celtic against Rangers, and Paul Kane, the leading goal scorer in the tournament. Well, they put in hours of practice on the training grounds in Edinburgh over the last few weeks. These players who are all making their Masters debuts, which is unique this season. Even Wolves, who were playing in the tournament for the first time, had a couple of players who had got experience of this discipline of football. But it was a new thing for Jimmy O'Rourke and his 10 men. And they did the job perfectly. All those hours that they spent have come to fruition, and they've made it through to the final, which takes place in early September. Hibs there, along with, as I say, Manchester United and Liverpool, Newcastle and Leeds, and also Coventry City. 7-1 outsiders at the start of the tournament, and yet I think even the Rangers players and supporters would acknowledge that they were the best side in the tournament tonight. Well, the first presentation that's going to be made is to Richard Gough, who gets his bottle of champagne for the player of the tournament. Like the goal of the tournament tonight, a number of contenders for that particular accolade. But this is the most important award, and Paul McStay, with a shake of the hand to his former Celtic teammate, presents the champagne to John Hughes. The Hibernian skipper leads his players onto the podium. Robin Ray, the goalkeeper, also had a fine night. And they may have been the least illustrious of the 4 squads here tonight, and I'm sure that they would acknowledge that that is the case. But they've done the job, and Hibernian are the Scottish Masters champions for 2002. Jim?
There you go, Hibs won it, and they won it in style. Hibs will compete as the winners of the Scottish Masters at the British Masters final. They've done well. Let me tell you who won our competition tonight. It was a fantastic competition with a great prize. Remember, we asked you which team won the 2001 Scottish Masters. The answer, of course, was Hearts. Tonight it's Hibs, last year it was Hearts, and the winner is William Taylor from Glasgow, and he's won £500 worth of sponsors vouchers. He's won himself a signed jersey, and he's also got some tickets for the Masters, which is fantastic. Now, a double helping of Masters football next week. Remember, it's the Southern Masters, and you can see that next Saturday at 6:30 on Sky Sports 1. That's from the Docklands Arena, as it is again the following day from 5 o'clock on Sky Sports 1. Again, as I say, from the Docklands Arena, it's the London Masters. But tonight belongs to Hibs. They have won the Scottish Masters here at Braehead. Hope you enjoyed it. We did. From us all, bye-bye.